Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, really has. It's 2025 and I am promising myself that I'm gonna drink more water this year. So before we get into the video, grab yourself a bottle of water. If you notice, my cat is also in the room. He's just chilling. He is literally the reason why my couch cushions have no shape anymore. But we're gonna get into why I left Instagram. I literally left yesterday when I'm recording this. And it's a video that I didn't think I would be making about why I left Instagram because my whole life, to be honest, practically revolved around me being a content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it, on Instagram for the last probably 10 years. So this is going to be a video where I talk about what I was doing on Instagram, what led me to make the decision to get off the platform, and how I'm feeling now, just feelings that I have, and hopefully you'll be able to resonate with some of these things, not just that we notice on Instagram, but all social media really, and what we can do better as human beings to really redeem our time, our money, things like that. So buckle up. Like I said, grab your water and let's get into why I decided to leave Instagram yesterday. I wanted to make this video because I see a lot of videos on YouTube about people leaving social media, leaving Instagram, but I don't see a lot of videos of content creators, influencers leaving Instagram and their explanation as to why. And I think it'd be really helpful from my side as someone who was what you would call an influencer or content creator who really left a lot of things behind to leave Instagram, and just why. I think it'll be really helpful for you to see how disillusioned I was and maybe give you some perspective if you're thinking about becoming a content creator on Instagram, or if you're thinking about leaving the platform. There are a lot of things that I have learned, and this video will definitely be like a part one. I want to make a part two because there is just so much that I want to share with you all. So I think in order to really understand why I left, I have to take you all the way back to when I got on Instagram, and that was back in like 2014, 2013. And when I got on there originally, much like everyone else, I was just posting like pictures of what I had for dinner, or just random things with friends. There was nothing curated, nothing aesthetic. It was just everyone kind of living normal life and appreciating photos. And I really wish that Instagram would get back to that because it was just such a fun time. And maybe you can relate to this, but there was no competition between people. It was literally just posting photos. There were no videos back then, really. We didn't have reels. We didn't have stories. We weren't trying to really outdo one another. It was just sharing things with others, and I really liked that about Instagram. And so fast forward a couple years later, I started getting more into fashion and beauty content that I was seeing. There were blogs that I would follow from Pinterest and other things, and I just really started to get into fashion. And so from there, I really decided that I wanted to start wearing outfits and taking pictures of them and posting them on social media. So that's what I started doing on Instagram. And before you know it, I was really, really deep into the whole user-generated creator world, UGC, where you are producing content for companies and they are generating revenue from content creators. So that's what I started doing, and I did affiliated marketing, I think is what it's called, affiliate marketing, sorry. And I will be quite honest with you, it was a lot of fun at first. I remember getting all these free products in the mail the first time and just being completely wowed that people could actually get so many free products from companies just because they were wanting to get their products out there. And you could get free clothes, you could get free makeup, free skincare, you could get all these things that I had never really had a lot of growing up. I wouldn't say I was growing up in a poor family, but we were definitely lower income. I grew up with a single mom until I was in 5th grade, and then my mom remarried, and my stepdad was absolutely fabulous. I love him so much. Still such a huge part of my life, but we didn't really have a lot growing up. We had love in our family. I know that might sound cheesy, but I never felt like I was missing out until I got older and realized there's people that have all this stuff. They just have beautiful clothes, they have expensive things, and that really had a hold on me that I didn't realize was a hold. So here I am, producing content for companies. I'm getting paid. I am really posting like pretty much every day, if not every other day, on Instagram. And life is good. I'm seeing a lot of my dreams and passions kind of come to life. A couple of times I was even offered the ability to travel to certain destinations. There were a few weekends that I got to go spend some time with my husband at the beach. I got to go to Boston, and my flight and hotel were paid for, like things like that. And I'm not saying all these things to like flex or make anyone feel bad. I just want you to know how deep I was into the whole content creator world. So, like I said, I'm doing all of these things and just having a blast. And then there's a shift that kind of happens with Instagram where the algorithm isn't really, picking up on my content as much. I'm not getting the validation that I once was getting. I'm still having certain interactions with people and it's still fun, but my content isn't getting pushed out there as much. And I'm starting to feel the weight of that on my mental health. The likes that I was getting before, I'm not getting much anymore. I'm still getting all the free products. I'm still getting paid. I'm still creating content. But my time is really spent on things where I feel like I could be doing something else much more substantial, much more rewarding internally. And so I have this mind shift, is the best way I can describe it. And I start to feel the toll of always creating content for someone else and not really working on my personal goals, myself, my relationship with God. The things that were once really important to me start to take the back burner to creating content. So I have to take a hard look in the mirror and ask myself, is this really worth the time, the energy, the resources that I'm spending? Am I really doing what I feel is right by being this person constantly pushing people to purchase items when I myself am not really aligned with that anymore? Because I started to feel like I'm spending so much money just to get other people to feel like I'm this like really cool person and you have to emulate me. You have to go out and purchase things like I do. And I'm not saying every influencer is like that, but that's certainly the feel that you get when you go on Instagram, is these people have it all together and they have all this lavish stuff, and you have to be exactly like them. And that's not the truth. It's kind of living a lie, to be honest. Making people think that you have things you don't, or that you somehow need to have people buy things that they don't need. So I really had to take a hard look at the choices that I was making, who I was turning into. I was turning into someone very materialistic, very much staring at my phone throughout the day and not really giving attention to the things that I needed to be giving attention to for the sake of views and likes and comments. And I think in a separate video, I want to get more specific into like actual things on Instagram that really are problematic. But for this video, I just want to keep it high level, but definitely subscribe because I want to get more into like detail stuff about what I've learned on Instagram. So when all of this shift is happening, I'm going back and forth in my mind about, do I leave the platform? And there were so many benefits, you guys, to staying on Instagram. Like I said, like all the free stuff and all the opportunities, the people I met. I really did build some good relationships with other ladies on Instagram. But I had to ask myself, is it worth staying on the platform, even though I know it's taking a toll on my mental health? It's making me faker. Like, it's making me really want things that I don't need. It's making me push consumerism and overconsumption. So I had to ask myself all those questions. And the conclusion I came to was that I can make a difference and still be an influencer without compromising who I am, without compromising being a follower of Jesus first and foremost, but also like I just want my life back. I don't want to spend every day thinking about content that's due for a company, and I don't want to spend every day thinking about buying new clothes so that I can look cool to other people, or thinking about how my post didn't get the likes that I thought it would get, you know? So because of that, the going back and forth in my mind about whether to leave the platform had finally come to an end. And yesterday I just took the reins and decided I'm gonna make a goodbye post. And I don't know if it'll be a permanent goodbye, but I basically posted that I'm leaving the platform and this is why, and listed out some reasons why, and that was it. And I'm not gonna say that it's easy to leave, because I was making money, you guys. I was making money, and I had been doing this for so long that I almost, and this is really scary to say, but I almost was worried about who I would become without this thing that was so much ingrained into my identity of being a content creator. And now that I'm off the platform, I'm really glad, because I can step back and really see that I was literally addicted to being on Instagram, and addicted to the benefits, so to speak, that it was giving me, even though those benefits really in the long term are not good for me. And they're not good for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people really need to realize that that is what you are saying yes to when you become an influencer on Instagram. You really have to be careful. So that being said, that is what I wanted to share for today, that I'm no longer on Instagram. I don't know if one day I'll come back and maybe it will be in a different format. Maybe I won't be on Instagram in that fashion. Maybe it'll be in a different way. But I know that I want to inspire people. I know that I want to give people hope. I know that I want to make fun content too, and just encouraging content. I want to encourage people. I don't want to encourage people to always be buying things, because we don't need more stuff. So I have been de-influenced, and that is what I wanted to say for today, but there will definitely be more videos to come. I hope that you guys got something out of this video, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.